We always gotta set up our YouTube because our YouTube is never fully set up. Our YouTube is never fully set up, so we always gotta edit it to make sure that it's good. Let's get this. It's gonna be this. The cruel mode, Act 2. Let's go ahead and go to gaming, Path of Exile, and let's save that. Actually, we should do Act 2 continue. All right, I can't remember where we left off at, but we do need to go farming a little bit. We do need to go farming. We gotta finish Act 2 tonight. We gotta finish Act 2 tonight. Let's just see where we at. Eventually I gotta fix this, man. We did get these attack speeds. These are charges too, and then flashy. Do not swing from a charge. Eventually we want to make it over here. Skill speed. These are hit chances. What is this? 3% life on kill. So we can go, we can do these. We got to figure something out. We got to figure something out. We got some gems. Where do they want us to go? Here, Trader's Passage. Or we can go down here. Uncut Spirit Gem. This is it. You must invoke the flame. Alter when you find it. Where's that at? Let's share this passage for more. It's down here. What is this? We have to go all the way around? Yeah, what's the name? You're almost to Act 1? It is... What is it? I know it's just the tip. It is just the tip X, right? I think. Yeah, it's just the tip X. Bro, look at our resistance, man. No dashes? No, no dashes. Man, you almost done with Act 1, man. Let's go, bro. My resistance is doo-doo water. My resistance is garbage. Bro, listen, listen. Man, Shoei, welcome, buddy. Welcome. That's all I can say, man. That's all. You're done now. You're over. You're screwed, just like me. You're screwed. There's nothing you can do. It got you. Tell your friends, family, goodbye. And this is a waypoint, right? Search trader passage. Hold on, what did they want me to do there for the horn? Did they want me to do something with the horn? Am I supposed to talk to someone? Travel to Trader's Passage. Ascend to power. Travel to Trader's Passage. I'm trying to balance out Overwatch, Marvel Rivals. See, that's why I gave up. I gave up on Overwatch and Marvel Rivals. I had to. That's the only way. That's the only way. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. That's the only way.
All the time.
Not much you can do, man. Like Path of Exile alone, you need a lot. Path of Exile alone, you need a lot of. You got to put a lot of time in. I think even if you put like thousands of hours in, maybe hundreds, you're still nowhere close. Why is it telling me to go here? Search Trader's Passage.
Loathsome creature.
Wouldn't this be Trader's Passage up here? Is this not Trader's Passage up here? Is this not Trader's Passage? Bro, where's my charges? Am I tripping?
Yeah.
Bro, where did my charges go? Bro, what? Bro, what? Bro, what just happened? Bro, my thing just like disappeared. The realm is down. What is this even talking about? It's not even like connecting to it. Bro, what happened? I don't think. Is there maintenance? Is there an update to Steam that I don't know about? Bro, ain't no way. Is there something going on? Let me see here. What is happening here? There's somebody else who was like streaming this game. I wonder if they got booted out too. Yeah, I don't think it's working. Yeah, there's a patch that went through. Yeah, there's a patch. Yeah, there's a patch that went through. So, what are we supposed to do? There's nothing we can do. We're looking at the patch. Let's look at the patch here. Where is he seeing this patch from? Where is he getting this from? Where is that? Let's see. Okay, right here. Let's go ahead and check this out. Let's do this here. Let's add display capture here. Let's see here. Let's do this. Why can't I do the display capture? Bro, why is this so big, bro? That's not centered to screen. All right, so we get that over there done. All right. So gameplay features, like we mentioned last week, we'll be adding the capacity of fast travel between checkpoints. Let's go within area, as well as adding many more checkpoints in the area. Generally, all entries and exits at the area, meaning that if you want to find these first, you'll be able to instantly travel to them when exploring. It says we've made a maximum respecting cheaper, especially respecting cheaper is good, man. At higher levels, it is relatively aggressive curve, getting more expensive in character level. We flatten that curve and it doesn't exponentially grow as much. This should generally result in approximately 40 to 50% less gold cost per respecting between start and middle and end game possession. That's good. Charlo Secamus. Honor damage is now scales down based on the distances to the enemy. When in close range, you'll take 35% less honor damage, tapering off as you further away from the monsters. Fixed bug where damage over time was dealing thrice as much damage on it as intended. What? Let me do this. All right. Skitter golems no longer use basic attack, instead now just explode. Serpent clans borrow ambush attack, now have improved visual telegraphing and cannot be used from far away. Endgame and monster balance. Map no longer have additional elemental resistance penalties inherently applies to tier 6 and tier 11. Oh, these are for maps. We're not in maps yet. Personnel also scales less aggressively over endgame. Critical strikes from monsters now deal 4% less damage. Character item bonus, because we're not in maps, so we don't need to know too much about maps. We've made charm modifiers on belts substantially more common. Finally, now appears much lower levels. The symbolism modifier now appears to 33 onwards. Electrocute is now what? Electrocute is now 20% harder to build up, but the damage penalty just been removed from the support gem. Okay, that's not bad. Added new lightning damage electrocute cluster to the passive tree in between ranger and monk sections. Okay. It is now more difficult to chain freeze enemies by reducing the amount of freeze buildup applied after each freeze applied. Oh, GG freeze monks. The hunter talisman notable grants +1 charm slot. Small passive skills leading up to now grant stat formally. Damn, it's harder to get more electrocution, but you don't have the 40% less damage anymore. So that's kind of buff if you have like the gloves. Since launch, we have unfortunately had to nerf a few skills that were far too overpowered. Now we do find overpowered basically in a situation with certain skills so powerful that players feel no longer a method of playing the game viable. Generally speaking, we're trying this way. It has to make the build feel bad, but we can make mistakes. Identifying any truly shifting changes will only happen at the same time. Content patch with a few leagues in it. Improvements on rolling slam, that's not for us. On bow strikes, bone spells, raise castle, and improvements of some of the underachieving quarterstaff abilities. I wonder what those are. Improvements. We're like, what improvements are those? Alongside all the skill gem improvements, we've also done a pass over of the support gems. We added 2 new supports and removed or lessened penalties on many others, notably fire, lightning, and cold exposure support. Added tremor support gems, which can be used to give up multiple aftershock skills. Added bidding support gem, which can be used to give more damage to command skills. The fire exposure, lightning exposure, and cold exposure support gems no longer penalize damage of support skills. They now have mana cost multiplier of 120. Moon nerfs to a few. Skeleton nerf to damage over time. The component high levels, tornado, vine arrow. These are never intended to be dealing damage themselves. Magnetosal can now only use your stuck lightning fire arrows. As we wind down for the holiday season, we wanted to thank you all. So that's good. I mean, I think it's only thing for me is electrocute. Cheaper. The electrocute. That's the only thing. What is this dude saying? No, thank you enough. The only thing is electrocute for us. That's the only thing. The only issue is us is with electrocute, but we should be able to build that up. Okay, so it looks like the patch is going through now. So let's stop this. And let's see if we get an update for it. There it is. Now we get the update. The only thing with that patches that I'm seeing from Monk and specifically is one. Well, it's only one. That's the electrocute. That's it. That's the only nerf that I see to Lightning, to the electrocute, to the any monks that is over here doing like electrocute. That's the only thing. That's the only thing that I can think of. You know, respect is cheaper now on a damage. So trial of second miss is going to be a little bit easier for people. Damage over time dealing with twice as much down on as intended. Yeah, so trial of second miss is going to be easier for people. So that's a buff. I don't, and that's a buff there. End game monster balance, that's also a buff too, because monsters they do 40% less bonus damage from critical strikes now. And chaos damage has been scaled down, so that's a buff. Character items, electrocute is now 20% harder. That's the only nerf that I'm seeing in this whole thing. That is the only nerf that I am seeing to, and that's towards any monks anybody's doing lightning build who gains charges from electrocute. This is going to be my biggest problem right here. That's going to be the biggest, but there is electrocute on the tree now. There is electrocute on the skill tree itself that they say it is. So the lightning damage and electrocute cluster on the passive tree in between the ranger and the monk section. So they added it there. So if you're not able to get those electrocute up, there you go. You just have to look for those and hopefully get those up. But other than that, everything looks good. Everything looks good. Nerf damage over time component very high. Tornado, vine, arrow. Well, I'm a monk main, so maybe it doesn't look good for people who's spell casting or mercenary, maybe. But far as a monk, man, it's just electrocute, and you should be good to go. You should be straight. Most of all, I think this is a buff. Like what Ron Array is saying, it's a buff. It's a buff. 100%. Now we're back up. We back and running, baby. Once again, I appreciate everybody who's being here, you know. But we back up and running now. We back up and running. Why is this like this, man? Let's go ahead and get this out of here. Come on, what's going on here? What's the game? How my game already frozen? We just came in and the game is frozen. I was authenticating. Operation timed out. Oh, of course. Everybody's trying to get in. Of course. What was I thinking? What was I thinking? Everybody's trying to get in. Everybody's trying to get in. What was I thinking? So right now we go to SteamDB. Where's Path of Exile? Path of Exile 2 isn't even up here. Oh, there it is. 400. Somewhere 53,000 people is trying to get in. Good luck. Good luck to us, man. Damn. I don't know if we're getting on tonight, boys. It's like day one all over again. I don't think we're getting in. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we're getting in. 53. 59. So more people is getting in. We just have to keep trying. Yeah, we're not getting in here right now, buddies. It's like day one all over again. At least the checkpoints is in now. That is good. At least the checkpoints, I don't know how it's gonna look, but at least we have the checkpoints now. My only concern with this new patch is electrocute. 25% they're able to electrocute, so they probably nerfed like the alignments. That's about it. But monk is still chilling out. If you're a freeze monk, you're gonna have a harder time. If you're a freeze monk, you're gonna have a hard time. You're gonna have a hard time if you're a freeze monk. So, good luck. Whilst we wait, let's go ahead and pull this up. It looks like this. Let me see if there's anything that I might have mentioned. So the Trials of Secumus is going to be easy. The Trials of Secumus is going to be easy. So for the people who's just not reaching Trial of Secumus, you guys are gonna have a easier time with Trials of Secumus. Now people in end game, that chaos damage reduce is good. Critical strike from monsters now do 40% less damage. It's good. Lower baseline for monster density breach encounters primarily by reducing frequency of elite monsters appearing. That is going to be good because since you lowered freeze and you lowered harder time to electrocute for monk, they're not going to be able to zip around the map as fast as they want to. So that was a good change there. Disable a volatile crystals modifier. We'll revisit this in the future pending on telegraph improvements. We'll see how it goes, but it sounds good. Purple explosive created by volatile plants modifier on rare monsters now deals significantly less damage. That is beautiful, because even now, this is not even end game. When I see like I can die from that, you know. Siphon flask modifiers on monsters now drains 10 times less flask per energy per second. This is good. Character item balance. We've made charm modifiers on belts substantially more common and now appear much lower levels. The off symbolism modifier now appears from level 23 onwards, and the off inscription modifier now appears from level 64 onwards. Electrocute is now 20% less harder to build up, but the damage penalty has been removed from the support gem. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. So monk, we are good until January. I think this is the last patch until next year. 100's Tale is now notable, grants +1 charm slot. The small passive skills leading up to it now grants a stat formerly grave. The charm helper text has been updated, indicated that you cannot have more than 3 charm slots unlocked. So now that we can add more sources in the future. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right, let's see here. Let's see here. And we're not. Can we log in? We're not turning down maintenance. Come on. Yeah, I don't think we're getting in tonight, boys. I don't think we're getting in tonight. If we go look at Steam DB, you know, maybe some people is getting in. Last time I checked, we was at 59. Let's refresh. 59, 833. So people are getting in. People are getting in. So come on, get us in there, man. Oh man, I don't think we're getting in tonight. Dang, man. Look like we're gonna be playing some rivals tonight. Let's go ahead and add in display capture. Let's add video. All right. I don't know why it's so wide like that. Let's just have it like this. I look funny over here. Come on. All right, I'm trying to balance. Let's see here. We have nothing to do. We might as well. We might as well just do our stream. What is this I'm holding? What is that? Hold on, there's a circle filter? Oh, how about this? Hold on. We had a circle filter this whole time? Let's delete this. Let's go ahead and delete this. And let's do the circle filter. And that's what that was. And then we can input the display capture. Where is it at? Let's center this to the screen. Boom. All right, we fixed that. It took me forever to fix that, but we now fixed it. Now let's see if we can get in. He can't even get in. Hold on, what if I do game capture? Hold on. We'll transform. And we gotta unlock it. Yep. Yeah, we did it wrong. The display capture can go over here. You can go here. Keep that there, and then our display capture. Yeah. And it's gonna be a display capture. So yo, Kevin, what's up? I'm not in the game yet, Hart. We're still waiting. We went over the patch notes. The patch notes is pretty good. Most overall, this patch note is a buff, except for the monks. Well, I listen, I only know monk, so maybe it could be like a nerf for like mercenary or sorcerer. But for monks, it's gonna be harder to electrocute. Nerf for you? No. So I don't know much about let's look at it here. I don't know much. Let's do this right here, right? I don't know much about. Let me just go ahead and do this. Oh. Let's put that. Make it bigger. So zoom in. You say zoom in super. Okay, let's zoom in. Let's zoom in. Bro, why doesn't zoom work? Boom. All right, let's bring it over, right? Let's bring it over. There we go. Can you see it there? Are you able to see it, or is it still small? Because all right, so what I'm saying, Kevin, is okay, let's go through it one more time, right? So gameplay features, right? They're going to be adding this is going to be a skim, Kevin. So they're adding checkpoints to the maps now, which is beautiful, because I had to use the shield to get around the map, but now they're going to be adding checkpoints within the area, and they're adding a lot more checkpoints at every entrance of another entrance and exits of other landmarks. So that's going to be good for us to teleport around. You'll find these first when you're able to instantly travel to them, continue exploring once you open them up. We're also making passive point respecting cheaper. That is good. Respecting is going to be cheaper, half. So if you're spending 100 coins, it's going to be maybe like 50, 45 coins now, a goal to respect, which is good because respect was going off your level, you know. So we'll also be making passive point respecting cheaper, especially at higher levels. It had relatively aggressive curve, getting more expensive with character level. We have flattened the curve so it doesn't exponentially grow as much. This could generally result in approximately 40-50% less gold cost respecting between the start, middle, end game progression. So that is good. That is good. Trial of Secumus, for anybody who hasn't played Trial of Secumus yet, it's going to be easier for you now. Say players find Trial of Secumus practically frustrating in close range, and we also reworked the honor damage scales when close range, as well as fixing important bugs that was causing players to take far too much honor damage from damage over time. So the people who was playing Trials of Secumus, we were the G's, man, because we passed that without this. Yo, thank you for the burst. Yo, no, thank you for the heart. Thank you for the fast burst. I appreciate it, Art. Thank you so much. Melee did help, right? See, so now they said honor damage now scales down based on distance to enemies. Beautiful. When in close range, you take 35% less honor damage, tapering off as the further away from monsters. So now we're going to be running wave, so that's going to be easier for, like, you know, storm wave and mercenaries and, you know, everybody else who have projectile. It's going to be easier, right? Fix bug where damage over time dealing thrice as much damage to honor as intended, and fixed bug where honor resistance was only applying to 2/3 of the damage. This was confusing for us too. All right, so listen, Trials of Secumus is going to be easy now. Serpent Clan's borrow and ambush attack now has improved visual telegraph and cannot be used from far away. Volcanoes created by Rattle Cage feature slam now last half the duration. So this is a buff. Overall, Trials of Secumus is a buff, right? Everything in endgame is also a buff. Everything endgame is also a buff, right? Maps no longer have additional elemental resistance penalties inherently applied to tier 6 and tier 11 or higher maps, right? This is now constant across all of endgame, right? Chaos damage now also scales less aggressively over the endgame. Perfect. Critical strikes from monsters now deals 40% less bonus damage. Lower baseline damage density of breach encounters primarily by reducing frequency of the elite monsters appearance. So that is going to be good. This is going to be good, man. I haven't reached it yet, but this is what I was worried about. This was what I was worried about. This was exactly what I was worried about. When I reach end game and I'm getting one shot, they definitely took down chaos damage, man. That's what I heard. I heard chaos damage was going crazy. It was one shot on you, and you could even see it on the floor, especially for sorcerers, because you know, with sorcerers, all of their projectiles, all of their move sets, all of their like skills is like fire, which called minions, and you can't see the ground, and you wonder why you're dying so fast because there's chaos damage on the floor. So now that is going to be much less now. Lowered baseline monster density for breach. We said that purple explosives created by volatile plants modifier or rare monsters now deal significantly less damage. Siphon Flask modifier on monsters now drains 10 times less flask charges per second, right? So now character item balance. This is where I say you might get a little nerf, right? We've made charm modifiers. This is a buff on belts, substantially more common and now appear at much lower levels, right? Charm modifiers on belts, perfect, right? The symbolism modifier now appears from level 23 onwards, and the inscription modifier now appears from level 64 onwards. Electrocute, this is the only nerf for monk right here. Well, it's not a nerf. It's not a nerf. They just took electrocute away, so electrocute now 25% less, harder to build up. But the damage penalty has been removed from the support gem. So the damage penalty was you get 40% less electrocute. So what I'm looking at is that's still a buff in a way. And they also added new lightning damage electrocute cluster to the passive tree between the ranger and the monk, right? Perfect, right? So now, even though they took it away, it's on the tree now. They added a new cluster to make up for some of it. Yeah, you know, Hunter Talisman notable grants 1 charm slot. Small passive skills leading up to it now grant a stat formerly. Yeah, charm helper, text, blah 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 blah. Slot locks. We can add more sources in the future. There's something that they're still working on. Support gem balance. Since launch, fortunately, we had to nerf a few skills that are far too overpowered. Overpowered means that you guys are just overtaking the whole map and didn't really care for gameplay because you're just killing everything. Generally speaking, trying to do this in a way that doesn't make the build bad, but we can make mistakes. Ideally, any truly meta shifting changes will only happen at the same time of the constant patch with a new league play-in. Improvements to roll and slam. I don't know what roll and slam is, but that sound like a buff to me. Improvements to various bow skills. That's for the bows. Improvement to bone spells, chaos damage section. Improvements to various crossbow skills, especially those at higher tiers. Improvement to some staff abilities. I don't know what that is. I wish they can tell us what that is. Improvements to some of the underachievement quarterstaff abilities. What abilities are those? I don't know what would that be. Alongside all of these gem improvements, we've also done a pass over time of the gems. We've added 2 new supports and removed the lesson penalties on others, notably fire, lightning, and cold exposure supports. So once again, alongside of So alongside of these skill gem improvements, we also have done a pass over on support gems. We've added 2 new support and removed or lessened the penalties on others, notably fire, lightning, and cold exposure supports. So maybe, because I know some gems was, hey, you increase your cold damage, but then you deal like fire and ice damage, like 40% less fire and ice. So maybe that's what they're talking about there. So they said added the bidden support, which can be used to give more damage to the command skills of support minions. That's a buff for the sorcerers, right? The fire exposure, lightning exposure, and cold exposure gems no longer penalize. Oh, I already read this, right? No. The fire exposure, lightning exposure, and cold exposure support gems no longer penalize damage of supported skills. They now have a mana cost multiplier. So for damage no more, but you're gonna be dropped to be, you're gonna have to get your mana up. That's what I'm thinking here. I'm not too sure, but that's what I'm getting from here, right? There are also some notable nerfs to a few remaining overachieving skills. Skeleton, Arsonist, Spirit costs now match other 2 skeleton mages. This should result in a slight decrease in the number of Arsonists at higher level. I don't play sorceress, so I don't know how much of a hit that is to you guys. A nerf the damage over time component on very high levels of Tornado and Vine Arrow. These were never intended dealing damage themselves, but more so act as a way for other skills to propagate damage. So once again, I don't use those skills, so I'm not too sure if, you know, if this is going to be the issue for mercenaries. I'm thinking my Netasalvo can now only use stuck lightning arrows as opposed to those created by your party members. Ranger, okay, so Ranger's getting screwed. Ranger and Arsonist. Ours was up here. Monk, we got ours like electrocute. This is ours right here, you know, but that ain't too bad because they just remove it and put it somewhere else. That's about maybe two skill points to the passive tree, and you're good. You back to where you started. But I don't think with this right here for the Ranger and the Sorceress, you guys, I don't know, that's gonna be a little crazy. And then of course it said, you know, wind down, thank you all for my successful launch so far. We could have not done it without you guys support. Appreciate it. So that was the patch notes we got so far. Not too bad. Let's see if we can get in. Let's exit out and let's see if we can get in. Let's see. Hopefully we can get in, man. Hopefully the electrocute ain't that bad. What is the issue? They did a patch. Is that the issue with the server? Yeah, the patch went live. The patch went live. But you know, so the reason, you know, there's like maybe like 300,000 people trying to get in right now. So this is like first day all over again. The first day of trying to get into. Yeah, this is like the first day all over again. It's probably like 300,000 people trying to get in right now. So ain't nobody getting in. Yo, thank you, Kylie. I appreciate it. How you doing? Hope you're having a good night. We're not getting in, buddies. We are not getting in, sadly. They deployed it, but they're having issues. Yeah. Man, why did they do this now, bro? Why? Oh, you checked their Twitter? I don't have Twitter on my PC. Let's see here. Well, it looks like we're gonna be going to Marvel Rivals. Did some Christmas shopping. How about you? Hey, I'm chilling. I'm chilling. Well, I was hoping I could have played some. I was hoping I could have played some, you know, with some, you know, some Path of Exile, but it doesn't look like we're gonna be getting in tonight. Doesn't look like we're gonna be getting in tonight, guys. So you can't go wrong with some Jeff gameplay for real. 30 minutes to 1 hour thought tops. Probably right. We'll try back at 8. We'll try back at 8. Let's see here. Marvel Rivals. I have 6 hours on Marvel Rivals. That's crazy. Yeah, we get up on some Marvel Rivals. I know it's been a while. Were you at Marvel Rivals? Who are you liking the most Rivals? Of Jeff. Jeff, of course. It's been a while since I played. It's been a while since I played. I got the new Azeron, but I haven't set it up yet. I got the new one. This is my old one. But I haven't like set it up just yet. So I'm probably gonna play. I'm probably gonna play on the old one. You already know. You already know. Look at this. Look at this baby. Look at this thing. It feels so good. This one, I wish I should have set this up already. My camera is lagging. It's because it's loading up Marvel Rivals. That's why. It's loading up all that crazy stuff. How much was this bad boy? I got it as a gift for my birthday. Bro, what takes Marvel Rivals so long to like? You need a tree or something in your room? I do. I have a tree. I have a tree. You know, I never thought about putting a tree inside my room, but I do. I did decorate a tree. Let me see. Do I have a picture of it in my living room? Do I have a picture of it? I do. Here it is. This is the tree. I don't know. You can't see it that good, but this is the tree inside my living room. I have it like that. This is how the tree looks. Right there. You know, it looks, I think it looks good. You know, it's just me here. So ain't no presents under it. Yeah, you know, it's just me. So it's not much I can do to it. We should probably switch to the Marvel Rivals. Then we can't change it. Give me one moment. I'm about to swap over to Marvel Rivals. Give me one moment, guys. I'll be right back. Just refresh the screen. Who the stock is for looks. It's for looks. You know, it gives off the family vibes. You know, but it's just there for looks. Give me one moment. Give me one moment. Refresh the screen. I'll be back on Marvel Rivals. All right, let's go over to Marvel Rivals. Let's go over here. All